Able Friend is squeezing off the fence. Here he comes. Beauty Flame in front. Able Friend gets the run and quickly races to the lead. Goldfunner's running on the outside. He's different class, Able Friend. Pulls away to win the Queen's Silver Jubilee from Beauty Flame and Goldfun. Then Dundonald, Ambitious Dragon, Real Specialist, Rewarding Hero, Gordon Lord Byron, Secret Sham, Divine Calling last. Isn't he great to watch? Oh, I'm going to miss calling you, buddy. That was awesome. It could have gone either way up to the 250 metres, riding for luck.
Joe, typical question. How was this season compared to last season?
Hans, the season has been outstanding for me. Definitely much better than last season, which was already good. I was very happy with the results that I had last season. I've done a few mistakes at the beginning of my career here in Hong Kong, where got me sidelined for a couple of race meetings, which cost me quite a lot. And this season has been much better, so I have a lot of reasons to be much happier anyway this season.
Now from Smart Guy and Enjoyed the Game, and Gold Tartini will take out the opener. From Smart Guy, Enjoyed the Game, and Win Chance ran fourth. Further back to Jumbo, put his nose in front from Lovely Naughty. Modern Fortune railing to third, but the favourite draws away Kingston Jumbo, and there's three in a row. And an early double for Moreira. Beats the second favourite. From Wame Baby, Noble Alpha, and Charity Kingdom, late but bossy, wins it comfortably. Dashing through at the end, Charity Kingdom made it interesting for second with Wame Baby. From Blizzard, Multi-Max, YY's battling away, but it's Arroyo in front. Rattling home now, YY. Arroyo in front, here's the post. Arroyo, the toppy, beats YY. Wide out, I think Allwyn Boy nailed third, just in front of away on the last. And the Magic Man will equal the record in Hong Kong for 6 wins in a day. And Contentment right up there in the Derby now. Congratulations to Moreira.
I don't want to get into Able Friend yet, but other than Able Friend, are there any highlights that you want to talk about that to you are special?
Look, not many people knows that I was about to lose the right of Designs on Rome on the International Day. And fortunately, I was able to convince the connection that I deserve another go on him, as when I rode him for the first 2 times. The first ride, I didn't know him that well. The second ride that I had on him, he was not 100%. We all knew that. And he still ran a very good race, finished just a length behind the winner. And then for have not winning on the horse, for have not won on the horse, there was a big chance of Tommy Berry come back to ride a horse, as he had a very good success with the horse at the previous season, actually on the same season, but early on the season. But obviously I did spend quite a lot of time in the phone talking to the trainer, talking to his partners, which gave me another go, and obviously I appreciate very much that, because that put on a very important chapter in my passport, like on my resume actually. And that win in particular means quite a lot to me. And I gotta mention that was the highlightest win of my career overall.
Ladies further back, Criterion in front, at Military Attack descending on the scene. Designs on Rome the outside, he's in for the fight. Wow, they hit the line and Designs on Rome beat him. Designs on Rome got up to beat Military Attack. Great finish. Criterion third from Cirrus de Zeg. Then Helene Superstar. Just behind them, Farage from Archimedes, Pleasure Gains, California Memory, Blazing Speed.
Getting back to your breaks in Hong Kong, do you think that winning the International Jockey Challenge in 2012 was also a turning point for you in coming to Hong Kong?
Definitely.
All the winners in front. He's 2.5 clear from Golden Osmanthus very well. And the Singapore champ Moreira strikes in the first leg. From Golden Osmanthus all very well. And then Fortune Bravo and Brilliant Chariot. Juan's Fortune next. Tom's 8th, Easy Gold, Our Dynasty. Novel Start, Swiss Door and China Delight.
Those 2 times that I came over in 2010 and 2012 gave me a guide how good is horse racing here in Hong Kong. And obviously I've heard about it before, but being here is totally different than what people talk about. It's really enjoyable to ride here. It's very competitive. Competition is pretty high. Whatever, it improves you as a jockey, as a man, and I'm very proud and happy to be riding in Hong Kong, and definitely those 2 rides on the Jockey's Challenge prior to come to Hong Kong gave me a good push to end up over here.
Outside, but My Hometown in front. Burton's trying hard here on Chancellor. Moreira's flashing home on Noble Deluxe as Chancellor hits the lead. Noble Deluxe lunges. Oh, close to a dead heat this. Very close between Moreira and Burton, with Noble Deluxe lunging at Chancellor. Then My Hometown and Supernensky, Lombardi close up. Further back to Mighty K, did it tough from Great.
And you know, people always talk about your balance when you ride. Do you think that that's part of your DNA? It's just genetic?
I think it's because of my body shape. I'm quite tall for a jockey, and where I came from, the way how horse racing people look at the races, they don't really like to see jockeys moving too much on top of the horses. So they really like to see the jockey be steady on top, obviously pushing hard, hitting the horse not as many times as we do hit them over here with the whip. And because of a combination of a couple of things and the master that I had in the early days when I started riding, that build up such a kind of riding style myself, which I think is not bad. I think helps the horses and has been very effective, so I'm happy with that.
What do you think? You know, if there's a jockey coming out here, like a new jockey, how do you build that rapport with trainers?
Before I come to Hong Kong, I've got a call from John, and he said if I come, he would give me support, based that he's got one of the best stable here. I decided to come, and obviously as a club jockey, because I knew I could be getting support from other trainers as well. And fortunately, right away, obviously a contribution of winning the Jockey's Challenge 2 years before that, I was able to get support from nearly all the trainers. And obviously, plus that I'm quite light, I can ride in one of the lightest weight, and that gives me a lot of opportunity. But Hans, I think my success here is all about the support that I could get. Like, a lot of trainers and owners are quite keen on using me, and I really appreciate that. Whenever they want to use, I'm right there. And obviously, when I do the form of the horses, I try to get the best ones, and obviously sometimes I don't get the best one. Thinking that I'm getting the right one, I get the wrong one, because human beings do mistakes. And but fortunately, the number shows off that I got really good numbers of winners, which got me very proud of.
Do you have like a polite way of saying no to a trainer? You know, if they really want you to ride a horse, is there a nice way of saying no?
I wish to learn that one, if there is one. Well, I'm no upset anyone else. Some people take it not so badly, and some people just find it very tough. But who is involved into horse racing, they should understand that no is part of the game. Even sometimes, actually more than anything else, I get no from them as well, from the trainers and owners. Like, I may call them for specifically horse, and for some reason they say, I'm sorry, I can't put you on. And then I take that by good way. I feel proud of myself of be brave and go and ask for the ride, even if I get a no. It's even myself sometimes I find it tough, but at least I try and I keep on moving on. Hopefully, I hope I didn't upset any trainer or owner so far on the road.
That's philosophical. That's to do with life, and maybe horse racing is a little bit like life, isn't it?
Actually, a horse race is nearly 99% of my life. I'm in the game day and night. I'm even dreaming about horse racing. Sometimes I do. So horse racing is something very, very special to me.
Also, I think you have an affinity, a love for horses, don't you?
Of course you do. And I heard that from a vet this week. It's amazing that every day that you wake up in the morning and you go work with the horse, you know you're going to learn something from them. You'll never stop learning, and that's magnificent. I really enjoy get out there and sit on top of even a horse that I never seen in my life. And they come up with a few things that I never seen before, and quite often. And that's keeps on me waking up every morning with pleasure.
And so, have horses taught you things as well that that surprises you and you can use in your life?
Definitely. Like even the other day I was talking to my wife regards about it. Like I'll give you one example, okay? And then that may gives you a better guide. I was in the taxi with my wife, and the driver got cut off by another taxi driver, another car. And actually the guy who pretended to come across in front of him, just pretend. And he reacted very much like a horse that is not brave. A brave horse, even if it's a narrow sport, somebody else coming next to it and having him tied, the brave horse, they don't care, they just come through. But the afraid horse, the weak horse, mentally and heartily, they just refuse to go, and they go one step backwards, which is a very good point to you. Like that brings to me, even when I look at people, I can't figure out with actions or even without people saying much how their character is. Like the horses, they teach us quite a lot, and that's a very good example.
Do you think horses can really read character?
I think they do in different ways. Like you as a human being, as I said, if you don't open your mouth to say anything, some people can look at you and figure out what kind of character you are. And horses are the same, like with attitudes, the way how you move. Like another example to make you understand a little bit better. If you are a very nervous jockey, even if you don't hit the horse, if you don't shout, if you get on top of the horse, you tie yourself, your legs so tight, or you grab the mane of the horse too tight, or you don't touch too much the horse and leave the horse alone, the horse can take it also. They feel it, and then that can also change the mood of the horse to good or to bad. And with that, we can play a little bit as a jockey from the top as well. Like, let's say if I'm riding a horse that I know is very lazy and he doesn't really like to run. All that he wishes to be out there and just grazing on the grass. Well, sometimes you have to be a little bit rougher on top of them, like getting them like tougher and getting them to switch on their eyes, get the adrenaline on their body, make them open their eyes, so that gets them to probably perform a little bit better.
Can you tell me anything that we don't know about Abel Friend? Something that you've not told anyone? Or have you just... do you get tired of talking about Abel Friend?
I never get tired to talk about him. He's a very special horse. I'm not afraid of saying he's the best horse that I have seen on top. He's totally different than any other horse that you can pick here or anywhere. He's too big, and usually a very big horse, they don't really have such a good turn of foot like he does. He's magnificent. When you sit on top of him in the morning, you won't believe how he is. You wouldn't put a single coin on betting on him if you ride him at the track work, because he's just so calm. He doesn't go fast at all. He doesn't travel for you as a rider. You have to sometimes push him out to follow a Class 5 horse. That gives you some idea how bad he is on the track work. But when it comes to the race, he's a totally different horse. He opens his eyes, he switch on his engine. He's very smart when he jumps out of the gate. And my connection with this horse is very much special. I understand him, and I think he does understand me as well, which at the end of the day pays out very well for have won a couple of Group 1 races, very important Group 1 race on board of him.
But here comes Abel Friend now. Moreira's just swinging off Abel Friend. He hits the lead in the Stewards' Cup and starts to roar in the Stewards' Cup. But the big question is, where next? Abel Friend bolts up from Beauty Flame and Reward.
Do you think he recognizes you when you come up to ride him?
I think he does, and I think if somebody else get on top of him, he could feel the difference. I'm not saying somebody else could not win on him because he's a super horse. He would have won with any other jockey on board. But he probably enjoyed my riding style, my patience, the way how I treat him, and he just enjoyed himself being out there with me on board. That's what I can tell you. He enjoy run against the other guys out there, and he knows what he has to do. He just do what he has.
From Able Friend goes to the lead. Beauty Flame giving him a fight. Rewarding Hero running on. It's Able Friend in front, a half, 3/4. Rewarding Hero's coming late. Able Friend, he oozes class, and the champion will get it done. Able Friend from Beauty Flame and Rewarding Hero. Quickly went straight past Luger, then Real Specialist and Rewarding Hero. Secret Sham, Dan Excel, joined by Able Friend. He's under a half Nelson here, and it's the Magic Man racing away on this truly magical thoroughbred. Able Friend going to win.
A question, when you're riding Able Friend in a race, is there any time you actually talk to him?
Very often. When I get on him, I always give him a tap, and then he reacts back to me. And when I get on him, in particular, I'll give you another example. When I got on him in Europe, in UK, I could feel that he wasn't right. When I got on him, he started to get on his toes, sweating quite a lot and shaking his head. Usually he doesn't do that when he's at his best and when he's out there for the show, to a good show off. Unfortunately, on that day, I had that feeling and we had to accept it. Throughout of the race, I do talk to him. I tell him, easy baby, it's not time yet, take it easy. And he's another horse that if you pull him out early, he may takes off too early. He may get going by himself. A few races I've done that, and one of them I lost. I have done that, pull out a little bit too early, but I was forced to. And then we lost the second leg of the Triple Crown last season. We lost, obviously, to Designs of Rome, which was a horse of the year. We lost to a really good horse. But under other and normal circumstances, pretty good and straightforward.
I mean, another horse that I think is coming up very fast is the Wizard of Oz. What do you think is the difference between Wizard of Oz and Able Friend? You think Wizard of Oz is still still learning?
Yes, I think he's learning, and we are in a pretty good spot because if he's in a learning point, means he can still improve much more, and he's already doing extremely well out there.
Telecom boss, but the Wizard of Oz, there were plenty of raps on him, and he's going to live up to them. He's careering away for a big win on debut. The Wizard of Oz from Heaven is a Racehorse and Happy Agility for the minors, probably that order. Bernard's Choice fourth, and then Regency Darling, Fun Tapestry, Fish and Chips, followed by Happy Century.
He's a very nice horse, young, with a bright future in Hong Kong. I'm quite convinced that we are going to still talk a lot more about him down the road because he's a promising one.
Moochie and Blizzard, but the Wizard of Oz, he is something special. He's going to win this very comfortably. The Wizard of Oz from Blizzard.
And the future for you in Hong Kong, how do you see it? I mean, like next season, what are your expectations? I mean, you've broken every record. Do you keep track of the records you keep breaking?
Not really, but Michael Schumacher has said that before. Sorry, not Michael Schumacher, Alan Prost. If you win one premiership, you want to win the second one. If you win the second one, you want to win the third one. And that feeling of winning, it's amazing. That keeps me going. I love it. I love the competition. And the first priority to me is trying to hold on the title because it seems like I already got the winner for being quite clear in front. And hopefully I can sustain the same pace as I'm going now. I'm going extremely well in a really good and strong tempo. And if I don't change it to worse, I'm more than happy. And obviously, I would love to find horses here in Hong Kong that can go overseas and support Hong Kong, shaking Hong Kong's flag in other countries. That's my goal.
Well, what's more important to you, winning overseas or winning in Hong Kong or winning overseas on a Hong Kong horse?
What is more important to me? The most important thing is being winning, doesn't matter where. But if I have to pick one, would be really special to be winning a Group 1 international race overseas with a Hong Kong horse. That would be really special.
Well, you've done that, haven't you?
I've done that before, but we never get sick of it.
In front of Artug. Shay's coming late, but Amber Sky in front. Chalk one up for Hong Kong. Amber Sky beat Artug and Shay. Got a beat baby Sholan and Bellino de Tiger. Sterling City on the outside's going home the better. 1-2 for Hong Kong. Sterling City beat Rich Tapestry. United Colour.
But what about that man, Magic Man, Joe Moreira? There he is again. I thought he was struggling a little bit to handle that ground on the...
How can we market horse racing better so that people enjoy the joy that you have of riding a horse? How?
I have a point too. Whoever wants to learn a little bit more about horses, just come, approach them, look at their eyes, and try to understand them a little bit. That's going to capture anybody. That's going to surprise everybody how much they tell you and how much genius they are. They are really special. Unfortunately, they are in an environment where they were not born to be, but whatever, they came here and they put out the best of themselves in the competition, and obviously some of them really enjoy to be out there. And those ones that enjoy it will bring the joy into your heart, and you're going to be following the horse racing because it's really special. It's some sport which not everyone else understands, but it is special.